Good morning, students. Welcome back to our geography class. And if you all remember correctly, in my offline class, I'd already started chapter number 11, that is your hydrosphere. And we had spoken about your different topics under your hydrosphere chapter. So if you see your textbook, we have taken into account your different sources of your hydrosphere present here in your earth. We also spoke about your tides. We also highlighted your pattern of tides. Then we also dealt with your ocean currents and your different kinds of your ocean currents, which are classified on different bases. And amongst that, under your case study of your ocean currents, okay, your warm and your cold ocean currents are there in your syllabus. There are many ocean currents that are flowing there in the oceans of the world. But in your syllabus, you just ought to take into account your 5 to 6 ocean currents which are there in your syllabus. Okay, so that was your Gulf Stream, your North Atlantic Drift, your Labrador Current, your Kuroshio Current and your Oashio Current. So their circulation pattern I've already discussed in my previous class. So we are here with the last topic here in this chapter, that is your effects of your ocean currents. Now see, your ocean currents are playing a very important role and are basically impacting different varieties of magnetic side that is present here in the earth. So we'll be talking about the effects. For that, you can turn to page number 88 there in your textbook. See the effects of the ocean current. First one is the effect on your climate, and under your climate you ought to emphasize on your 3 important parts. First one, how it is impacting your temperature of a particular region. Second one, how it is impacting your precipitation that is experienced there in a region. Some region might be receiving high amount of your rainfall, some region might be receiving less amount of your rainfall, scanty amount of your rainfall is received in this region. That's the reason why the region might be an example of a desert. That we also take into account your fog condition and your violent storms. So they are your 4 topics under your climate, how it is affected or impacted by your ocean currents. So let's start with the first one. First one is your temperature. See, a warm or your cool current flowing near the coast exert a very significant climatic influence. The warm equatorial current raises the temperature of places they flow. The Labrador current remains frozen for 9 months on the account of the influence of the cold Arctic current, while the British Isles enjoy a mild climate on account of the influence of the North Atlantic Drift. The otherwise hot climate of Peru is greatly cooled by your Peru current. So you can see here simple examples. Your cold current, if that is flowing, the region next to it is experiencing your cold climatic condition. Temperature is comparatively less there in that region. If your region automatically next, if warm current is flowing, automatically is increasing your temperature there in that particular region. So they have cited an example of Peru. See, Peru is greatly cooled by your Peru current. Generally or otherwise, your Peru ought to have a hot condition. But because of your Peru current that is flowing next to it, you can see your temperature of Peru is comparatively cool. Temperature of Peru is comparatively lower. On account of the Atlantic Drift, which is an example of a warm current, the harbors of Norway, even beyond your North Cape, are free from ice throughout the year, while Greenland at the same latitude is icebound all the year. The warm Kuroshio keep the ports of Alaskan coast ice-free in winters. So one significant example again you can cite here under this category. For example, your North Atlantic Drift. It is an example of your warm current. Actually, it is just an extension of your Gulf Stream that I've already explained in my previous class. Gulf Stream also example of a warm ocean current. Your North Atlantic Drift also an example of your warm ocean current. So extension, that means when your Gulf Stream that is originating in your Gulf of Mexico basically is moving towards the eastern part, okay, it basically becomes your North Atlantic Drift. And because of your North Atlantic Drift, your coastal region of Europe, especially your western coastal region and the northern coastal region of Europe, is not frozen even during winter season, which is allowing that region to function as port throughout the year. And here the credit ought to be given to your North Atlantic Drift. That means your warm ocean current is basically increasing the temperature of the region lying there in the coastal region. So there are so many examples that they have cited, and from here I have basically emphasized on 2 primary examples. One is the example of your Peru. Peru actually ought to have a hot climatic condition because of its latitudinal extent and its location and all. But because of your cold Peru current, automatically you can see your temperature there in Peru is lowered. Another one, your Norway and all, it is functioning throughout the year. If you see next to your Norway, your Greenland, it is frozen. But because of your North Atlantic drift, which is an example of a warm ocean current, you can see your western coastal region of Europe and the northern part of Europe is not frozen because your temperature is increasing because of your effects or your influence of your North Atlantic drift. So this is how ocean currents play a very, very important role in order to determine your first climatic factor, and that is your temperature. Second one is your rainfall. Now, if a region is receiving rainfall is also one important component of your climatic condition. Some regions are receiving rainfall, and rainfall is considered to be very, very important. It is one primary source of your perennial rivers you take into account. It is one primary source from where your fresh water resources can be extracted. So some regions are receiving rainfall and some regions are receiving more rainfall, whereas some regions are not receiving rainfall. So here again, we would be highlighting as to how your cold and your warm current plays. Ocean current is a very important role in giving you rainfall, or a region that is receiving scanty amount of your rainfall, or making a region an example of a desertic or your arid region. So there are many examples here also. You ought to take into account one example under each category. So let's deal with the second part, how your second climatic condition, that is your rainfall, is impacted by your ocean current. Now the air above the warm ocean current becomes warm. Okay, so air that you have there above your warm ocean current, it is warm and it requires a greater capacity to absorb moisture. That means your air above your warm ocean currents, because it is warm, it is having the capacity to absorb the large amount of your moisture. That means we can directly make a direct relationship here between your warm current and your maximum amount of your precipitation received there in the region, because your warm ocean current basically has got, the air above it has got the capacity to carry a larger amount of your moisture. Does the wind help in increasing the amount of precipitation? And the major one here is your precipitation in the form of your rainfall is affecting the coastal areas. For example, North Atlantic drift, example of your warm ocean current. Kuroshio current, again an example of your warm ocean current. See, North Atlantic drift is an ocean current that is there in your Atlantic Ocean. Your Kuroshio current is your warm ocean current that is there in your Pacific Ocean. They bring sufficient amount of rainfall along the western coast of Europe and the eastern coast of Japan. So this is how your warm ocean current is directly related to your rainfall. Warm ocean current is responsible for bringing about heavy and your sufficient amount of rainfall there in the coastal region. So they have cited an example of North Atlantic drift. I told you North Atlantic drift is an example of a warm ocean current flowing there in your Atlantic Ocean. So your western coast of Europe is receiving a sufficient amount of rainfall. Credit ought to be given to your North Atlantic drift. Kuroshio current. I told you it is a warm ocean current that is there in your Pacific Ocean, and because of your Kuroshio current, the eastern coast of Japan is also receiving sufficient and your adequate amount of rainfall. So this is how your ocean current is playing a very important role in deciding or determining how much amount of rainfall is to be received there in that region. Now the other example, we have cited an example of a warm ocean current. Now let me cite an example of a cold ocean current. Now on the other hand, cold ocean current discourages rainfall. That means cold current is not bringing about rainfall like your warm ocean current. For example, the Kalahari Desert, they all are your famous deserts that you in the world. One is the example of your Kalahari Desert along the western coast of South Africa and your Atacama Desert along the western coast of South America owe the existence to your Beniguela and your Peru currents respectively. So like your North Atlantic drift and your Kuroshio currents were an example of warm ocean current, which was responsible for bringing about rainfall, sufficient amount of rainfall there in that coastal region. Similarly, your and your Peru current, which are an example of your cold current, is responsible for creating your Kalahari Desert there in the western coast of South Africa and your Atacama Desert along the western coast of South America. Sorry, your Kalahari Desert is in the western coast of South Africa and your Atacama Desert is there in the western western coast of South America. So Peru and your Venezuela, two cold currents are responsible for creating Kalahari and your Atacama Desert. So I hope you people understood how your ocean currents do play an important role in order to determine your form of precipitation in the form of rainfall received in a particular region. So this is how your cold and your warm currents do play a very important role in order to affect climatic scenario. Now the third one is your fog. See, dense fog occur when your warm and your cold currents meet. Now see, from the equatorial region, your warm currents are moving towards the north, towards your north pole. Okay, another one is moving towards your south. So there is a point when your warm currents, when your cold currents basically your warm current. So when that meeting is taking place, your dense fog is basically being created there in that region. The air above the warm current is warm and acquires a lot of water vapor when it meets the cool air above the cold ocean current. The water vapors of the warm air are condensed into your minute water particles in order to form a fog. So a scenario or a situation where your warm ocean current is meeting your cold ocean current, dense fog is created. Now your Japanese coast has got a dense fog, okay, Japanese coast, and you can see your Pacific Ocean basically present there. Now your Japanese coast has got a dense fog when your warm Kuroshio current meets your cold Oashio current. Similarly, Newfoundland, where your warm Gulf Stream is meeting your cold Labrador current, is creating your dense fog. And one more thing I want to add, see a region or a point where your warm current is meeting your cold current. Okay, it is creating, fog is basically being created, and it is creating a climatic situation there in the region which is very, very ideal in order to thrive your plankton. Now, planktons are organisms that are present there in your water bodies, and remember, planktons are considered to be your food for your fishes. So your cold and your warm current is meeting. The situation is created there in that region that is driving your growth of your planktons, which are considered to be food for your fishes. And wherever the food is available, you can see your fishes are found in abundance. That is the reason why Japan is the largest producer of fish in the world. The richest fishing ground there in the world is located there in Japan. Why? Because next to your state of Japan, we can see your warm Kuroshio current is meeting your cold Oashio current. Similarly, Newfoundland is also considered to be one of the richest fishing ground present there in the world. And here the to your warm Gulf Stream that is meeting your cold Labrador current. It is creating your dense fog which is driving your growth of your planktons. That's the reason why you can see your larger or your abundant quantity of your fishings can be done there in that region. That's also one situation of your climatic scenario that is created because of your ocean current, and here it is your meeting of your warm and your cold ocean current. And the last one, that is actually not a separate topic, it can be related to your point number 3 only, violent storms. You can see there in your textbook, it has a subtitle, violent storm. Violent storms follow a line of meeting your cold and your warm current. So a region your warm and your current, it has basically been followed by your violent storms. You can see your hurricanes which occur off the coast of United States follow where your Gulf Stream mingles with your cold Labrador current. Okay, so these are your situations. That means sometimes your meeting of your cold and your warm current is also followed by your hurricanes that is received there in a particular region. So that is also one factor that can be associated under the category of your climatic situation. So this is how your ocean currents play a very important role in order to impact your climatic situation in a particular region. So I hope you people understood the effects of ocean currents and how your ocean currents, both your warm and your cold ocean currents, how it played a very important role in order to impact the temperature condition. The second one, we highlighted your rainfall pattern in a region is also determined by your cold and your warm ocean currents, how your fogs and all are basically you are able to have a rich fishing ground there in a particular region, which is basically been followed by your hurricanes. So they all are your effects of your ocean current on your climatic situation. So I hope you will understood what has been taught today in the class. So if you have any queries, you can message me directly. Thank you.